What's up YouTube, it's Joel here. We got some stimulus news updates on those very important $1,400 checks, unemployment assistance, and rental and housing assistance. There's some pretty big reasons why you still haven't seen those stimulus checks hit your bank account. And what I'm going to do is give you the 3 things you can do to speed up the delivery of your stimulus checks. So that way you can get them into your hands as fast as possible. So for those that have already seen some stimulus come through to your bank account, that is awesome. And we all know that there are so many Americans that need relief, and they don't just need it, they need it now. And a lot of people have been waiting for a while, and so I want to make sure that I can help y'all out as much as possible to get the info, the links that y'all need to get the money that's owed to you as fast as possible. So let's get right into it. There's a lot of people that have already received it, but they still haven't actually seen anything in their bank account. And the reason being is all based upon who you bank with. Different banks or even credit unions handle processing at different speeds. Bigger banks like Wells Fargo or Chase have the infrastructure to handle the influx of all these new transactions on top of their normal transactions that they are going through daily with all their customers. But when it comes to people that bank with smaller or local banks, they don't have that huge infrastructure set up. So that's where you're starting to see a delay. We actually have tweets from both of these bigger banks actually tweeting out, and this is what they said, that their customers would be seeing their stimulus hit their accounts on March the 17th. So rest assured that big send stimulus button has been hit. They have sent out 2 stimulus payments before this, and so they got a little practice in, so we should be seeing those, the majority of them, this week. And that goes for those that are on SSI and SSDI as well, because those are already set up through the federal government, and so they already have that direct connection, so you should be seeing your stimulus checks in a couple of days. So since they have passed the bill and we will eventually get our stimulus, for those that have got it, great, but for those that are eventually going to get it, that's great. Why don't you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm? It really helps out the channel a whole bunch, and I really do appreciate it a lot. Also, just a quick update, the Get My Payment portal has been down, but it is now back up. Again, with the influx of all the people, you're talking about there was over 280 million people that are receiving stimulus checks. So that's where a lot of people are going online searching, hitting those servers, and it just caused a backup. It caused basically a pretty bad backup that kept a lot of people from being able to see when they would be getting their stimulus check. So now onto the 3 things you can do to get your stimulus check fast. So first and foremost is to go to the IRS website, which I'll include a link down below in the comments section in the description, and hit that button that says get a payment. Enter your information in there, and if there's any issue with you and your taxes or anything pertaining to getting your stimulus, that's going to be stated whenever you go through that tool, so you'll know what's going on. This is the best way to know if you got everything right, and if you do, it'll give you a date, and if not, then it'll let you know what you're missing and what you need to do. And the second thing is smashing that like button. Okay, not really, but it does help the channel. Now, actually, the second is to file your taxes. If you're going to be receiving stimulus, then making sure that your IRS has your latest tax return will help not only to speed up the process, but to make sure that you're getting the most stimulus that's owed to you. A lot of people that have not filed their 2020 taxes don't have their most up-to-date info with the IRS in terms of their banking account information, which then leads us to the third thing that you can do to make sure that you get your stimulus check faster, and that is setting up direct deposit with your most up-to-date bank information. There are so many people that don't receive their stimulus on time, or they get sent a paper mail check that that gets sent weeks later because they don't have their correct banking information set up with the IRS, because it's maybe from last year's return, and then whenever the IRS tries to send you that money, it gets sent back because that account has been closed or changed to someone else. Remember, this is going to be the fastest way for you to get the stimulus that's owed to you. And remember, if you don't have direct deposit set up, they have to mail you your check. And if you've changed banks from 2019, when you last input that info when you filed your taxes in 2019, that is going to slow down the arrival of your check. These 3 tips are going to help you to make sure that you get your stimulus the fastest. Unemployment has been extended to September of this year. And also remember, you have to pay taxes on unemployment. But they did provision in this stimulus package that just got passed that the first $10,200 that you receive in unemployment will be tax-free. They didn't increase the amount that's getting sent out weekly, but they did do a continuation of the current $300 per week in unemployment benefits. And I know there's a lot of people that this has helped out, and for those that say this is not needed, why don't you talk to the 3.5 million people that permanently lost their job because of this pandemic? So people really need some help, and that's what this is for. There are so many people that literally could not go back to work, lost their job because of this pandemic, and it was nothing that they had anything to do with. And that's the sad part. There was actually a survey by the federal government that they surveyed out of 10,000 businesses that were surveyed, 95% had lost business and sales due to the pandemic. Yelp's data even showed that 60% of business closures due to the pandemic are now permanently closed. Those businesses had real employees that were real people who basically lost their livelihood when this thing hit. With this extended unemployment, hopefully those people can find a new job, stay on their feet, and be able to transition to the next job without losing their home or getting into real bad debt. I've also included in a link down below in the description for all the information pertaining to getting those extra benefits. Now on to rental and mortgage assistance. There is billions of dollars that has been set aside specifically for this. They have set aside in the amount of $27 billion for rent relief, $10 billion for mortgage payment relief, and $5 billion to address homelessness. In the description down below, I've included a link that's going to help you get in contact with the people to help you with whatever type of relief that you may need. And I really want to help out with all the info as much as I can. To me, this is not just about coming on here on YouTube and telling you what's going on with the news, but I really want to help some people who are trying to look for this relief and find the places to get some relief. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus news and see some really practical ways of increasing your wealth and making some real money from a person who grew up with nothing and has learned to work the system and build some wealth. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.